I have one viral video sitting at least 250,000 views right now. And I started finding items in my house that were on TikTok Shop. I've sat for hours on live before with 3 average viewers and no sales, maybe 1 sale. So I was like, I'm not gonna stop until something happens. I started reaching out to sellers, pitching myself, introducing myself, saying I was new, but I
All
believe I
right,
have
welcome to
potential.
TikTok
I
Shop
want to have a
Affiliate
GMV of at
Academy,
least
a podcast that
$100,000.
uncovers the story and strategy from the top 1% of TikTok Shop affiliates. I have a very special guest today. Hi, Shannon. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Good on this side. So, okay. Where are you calling in from again for the listeners?
I am from Louisiana, New Orleans.
Ooh,
New
okay.
Orleans,
Nice.
Louisiana.
Nice. Um, cool. So we always like to start with a little bit of background on your story, like maybe a little bit of who you are, what you were doing before TikTok Shop.
Yeah. So my name is Shannon. I am a 24-year-old new mom. I have a little boy who's 5
Oh,
months old, and my husband works full time. I used to work full time last year, right after I graduated college. And once we decided to have a baby, with the hours that we were both working, we were like, this isn't going to work out. Like, nobody's going to be home with our son.
yep.
So we decided that I was going to take a step back and I was going to stay home. And I'm the type of person that I know, like, being a stay at home mom is a full time job in
Yep.
itself. But I really wanted to find a way to continue making money for our household,
Yep.
and I didn't know what that was gonna be yet. So I when I started TikTok, it was in, like, seriously, I've been having TikTok downloaded, but I started it seriously in June of this year, right
Okay.
after I had my baby. And I had no idea what TikTok Shop was. So I
Okay.
was just posting for fun. I
Right.
had no idea what it was. And then as I was growing on TikTok, I started seeing these TikTok Shop videos. I was like, what is TikTok Shop? I was like, I don't
Mm.
know what this is. Okay, and then I started looking more into it, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, this looks like something that I would maybe like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hurt to give it a try."
Right.
So, once I got invited to be in the TikTok Shop, I just kind of dove right into it, and I had no expectations. I was like, I it may work, it may not work. That's okay. What do I have to lose? I'm gonna try. So when you first join TikTok Shop, um, it's a celebration to join it. Well, like, that's a win. Once you get in,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's a huge step. But the next thing that you run into is getting those free samples. So the first thing that I did was I went around my entire house and I started finding items in my house that were on TikTok Shop so
Oh,
that I
okay.
could get started
Cool.
with posting. And then from there, you're only allowed to request 5 samples at a time. And I quickly realized that most of the time you're either when you're new, you're either going to get denied
Mm-hmm.
or they're just not going to answer your request, and they have 7 days to answer. And I was like, well, I don't have weeks to sit around waiting for
Mm-hmm.
somebody to give me a chance. So I started reaching out to sellers, pitching myself. I came up with a little template introducing myself, saying I was new to TikTok Shop, but I believe I have potential.
Yep.
And I was sending it out. And when I say, like, I wasn't sending it out to like 10 businesses a day, I was sending it out to hundreds of sellers in
Mm.
hopes that somebody would give me a chance. Um,
How are you sending the messages? Through what medium? Through TikTok Shop or through
yeah, I
email?
was
Or okay.
there's like a little button that says contact
Yep.
the
Okay.
seller. I was just DMing them. Um, And I was doing a combination of direct messaging and emailing,
Yeah.
but I got most of my responses through, the direct messages. So that's how I got myself started with getting samples in.
Cool. There's so much to unpack there. One, first,
Yeah.
congratulations on the new
Thank you.
baby. I don't know if I told you this in the pre-call, but I'm a dad of 3, so I totally hear you. And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, a blessing to be able to find something like TikTok Shop affiliates and be home with your child, right? Being able to take care of
Yeah.
them, do work. I'm sure you're pulling your hair out a little bit here and there when you have to make a video, and
Yeah.
he's a little fussy, he or she's a little fussy,
Yeah.
but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're at home, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. And then, there's a lot to unpack here, especially for like
Yep.
our newer listeners who are interested in getting into TikTok Shop, right? Like
Mhm.
you're saying, that struggle to start. One, celebrate being on TikTok Shop as an affiliate because it gets harder and harder, and then two, how do you get those first samples, right? So you really took,
Mhm.
your journey into your own hands, right?
Yes.
And you did that by one, looking around your house and picking out what products are on TikTok Shop, and it's getting more and more as time goes on. Um, so you could definitely do that. And then two, took it in your own hands where you messaged hundreds of brands, right? And then for me, representing the brands, if someone reaches out to us, we are more likely inclined to accept them. One, because they're super interested in the brand, right? Like if they're making an effort to know our brand, and it says that they're more interested, which is likely to be a better video, right? So that's a pretty good insight. So okay, that's how you got your first kind of soiree into TikTok Shop. You saw it, started making videos. Did you kind of learn from anything? Like, how did you make those first videos? Like, did you have inspiration, or kind of like you just kind of talk into the thin air? What was your first couple videos like?
So I was just winging it.
Okay.
I had no idea what the structure of a TikTok shop video should be like. And with that, I will say, I mean, there really is no right or wrong answer to a TikTok shop video.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I mean, no, I've never said this before, but sorry,
All
I've
good.
like never done this before.
All
Can you
good.
edit that part?
Yeah. We
Okay.
will. We will.
So it takes, I mean, the algorithm, you never know what it's going to pick up. So,
Yep.
but I guess what I learned to do as time goes on is structure my videos. So I
Okay.
was just winging it in the beginning. Um, and then I started looking up videos
Mm-hmm.
for inspiration
Cool.
after that, and then I really dove deep, and that's when I found the hooks to sales library because I didn't know what a hook was when I first
Okay, yeah.
started.
You just kind of looked at what other videos are doing and did your best to emulate it, and then kind of over time figured out, wait a minute, I need a hook, like an actual hook, and think about the process of a hook.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you mentioned hook to sales. That's a group or something you buy.
I It's something that I purchased,
Okay,
and when you purchase the library, like, you do get to be a part of, like, this group. I will say I haven't taken advantage of getting involved with the group. When I purchased it, I've only been using it for
the
the
hooks.
scripts. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't taken advantage of that part.
Yeah. So, I mean, for the listeners out there, we have our hooks as well, kind of a free download that we offer our members. What are the top hooks to use? And we update it constantly. And, as trends happen on TikTok Shop, that will get updated as well. So you can find that at affiliateacademyhq.com. We have a whole bunch for you to check out. And cool. What
I
else
have to check it
here?
out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So tell me, you started making those videos. Maybe you weren't getting that, kind of performance that you wanted. You were kind of winging it. Take me back to that first viral hit, that first video that you're like, oh my gosh, like you call your husband or you text your husband or he comes home, and you tell him about, like, what was that moment like? What was the product? How did you feel? How did you, yeah, kind of take me back there.
Sure. So I noticed that my videos, I mean, I was not making any sales,
Hmm.
and I started dabbling into going live as well. I mean, I've sat for hours on live before with three average viewers and no sales, or maybe one sale. And I just kept going because I was like, you know what? I was like, something's gonna come up. I was determined. Like, I'm the type of person when I put my mind to something, it's gonna happen. So I was like, I'm not gonna stop until something happens.
Okay.
So my actually my first viral hit was not in a video, it was in a live.
Okay.
So I had reached out to this company called Herfy Smart Life, and they sell the viral foot and neck massagers.
Yep.
And they actually sent me a sample of both the neck massager and the foot massager, and I had the foot massager, and I was like, I was like, this would maybe be a good product to try going live with. I mean,
Hmm.
what can I lose? So I went on live I just kind of familiarized myself with the product. And when I went live with it, I don't know why, but my
Hmm.
viewers just instantly spiked and they stayed up. And instantly, like, I remember the first time I went live with that foot massager, I made 14 sales, which
Hmm.
was huge for me. So I kept going live with the foot massager for a while it was popular, and that's where like I know that's not a video, but that's where I really started seeing my sales increase.
Yeah, for sure.
And
That
then
first sign of like, oh, 14 hits, like,
that this
oh
is
my god.
working.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So mine was actually on a live.
Cool.
Now, I'm trying to think. My first viral video,
Well, I have more questions on the live. So, okay,
yeah, yeah, sure.
when you made that live, right? Okay, you were used to having one or two viewers, and you're on at,
Mhm.
So kudos to you, because at that point I would have stopped. Like if I'm on for three hours and I'm getting one to two viewers at a time, it's like, I wouldn't have the wherewithal to pursue. So awesome for that. But once you started getting those people in, like, I think what happened here was you had a hot product per se, and then you were maybe one of the few ones that were going live, and those two elements kind of going together kind of boosted, you to the top, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I do think that I was one of the first people to start going live with that
Yeah,
product. I could be wrong, but
exactly.
I think I was because I haven't seen anyone go live until I started going live
Yeah.
with it.
That's
And
interesting. I've heard this as well, but I want to bring this up. But like, as a
yeah,
strategy for those who do lives, like, there are going to be new viral hits all the time, right? Like maybe every
yeah,
day, but for sure every week. But keeping an eye out for what those viral hits are, and then being the first to lives.
yes,
So have you
yes.
done that before?
So this situation was more of an accident. I
Yep,
had no
for
idea
sure.
that I was gonna be the one to kind of help bring this to the live
Hmm.
streams. And I stuck with it, but now my strategy moving forward, so I noticed with the trending products, it's always
Yeah.
good to hop on the trending products, but it's a gamble because by the
Hmm.
time you get the product in, now you have hundreds of people already
Right.
going live with the product.
Yeah.
So my strategy moving forward is I want to find an item, and I would suggest this to any other live creators as well. um, Start looking in the product marketplace and look at items that could be potentially like make an eye grabbing scene with it
Hmm.
for a live stream if you're interested in live streaming, and maybe look at an item that has under 50,000 sales, because
Hmm.
I would say those items that have like under 50,000 sales but have enough sales to show that this product has potential. I think those are really good products to pick out for live streaming,
Hmm.
but I mean, it could be a hit or miss. Like,
Right.
I'm still trying to I'm trying to figure out my next viral product, but
Yeah.
that's my strategy moving forward. Like, yes, the trending products are good to use, but try to be that trendsetter.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
That's
do.
what happened. I have another suggestion for you. I don't know if you've
Sure.
implemented it, but there's tools out there called like Callo Data and Shop Plus. I'm sure you're familiar, or not really.
No, I've
Okay,
never heard of
so
that.
Shop Plus, SHOPLUS. I think it's .net, but if you
Uh
do a
huh.
search, and then we'll have a link in the show notes below. And then Callo Data, KALODATA. Those are TikTok Shop data analytics tools. And what they will do is show the top sellers and then the videos of the top sellers. So you can get inspo that way. And
Really?
yeah, so take a look there. But what I want to bring up to you is they also have a section called breakout products. And you can filter by day, week, month, and it shows you the highest growth increase, which products have the highest growth increase in the last day. And then you could see, oh wait, this is popping in the last day, this has like 10,000% growth, so it's like kind of viral, right? So now it's like, well, let me get that into the mix and then become, that initial person online. So well,
That's a
that's why yeah.
really
So
good tip.
yeah,
Yeah.
more kind of tips like this. And actually in the group, we compile a list of what those breakout products are. So again,
Nice.
over promoting my group right now, but Affiliate Academy HQ,
No, that
well,
sounds awesome.
yeah, we'll have emails going out to those who are interested and kind of putting those hot products on your radar. So you can be that person on that live. You can be that first one to be established there. So cool. Okay, so that's lives. You're still doing lives, I take it?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
both lives and
What
videos.
percent would you say, like, your time and energy between the two? Like, is
7
it,
days a week.
oh no, maybe like 50-50 between lives and video
Oh,
making?
Yeah, I would say it's about 50-50. So what my
Okay.
day looks like, now every now and then obviously I will take a day off because I don't want to burn out.
Of course,
But
yeah.
throughout the day, I will film shoppable videos, and then my time to go live is at night. So once
Mm,
my husband and I get my baby to bed, I hand him
mhm,
the baby monitor, and I
mm,
can really lock in on a live.
awesome.
So I do my lives at night, and I film my shoppable videos
I think it's
throughout the
awesome.
day.
I think it's awesome. Okay, so shoppable videos during the day and then lives at night. And then I
Yeah.
also think lives at night's a great thing because that's when people are scrolling. They're on their phone.
That was my strategy, yeah. When people
Yeah,
I'm trying to catch the people that are laying down, they're fully locked
exactly.
in on their phone and they're just scrolling.
And that's like that also guides how you create the content, right? You're not doing like super outrageous type things, but you're kind of like seeing yourself in that position of like kind of scrolling on your phone as you're going to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. Okay, so walk me through your videos. Like,
sure.
what was your viral video that you were like, "Oh crap, this is really awesome."
So, I started seeing success before this video, okay, wait, let me backtrack, actually, I just
Hmm.
remembered one of them. So, my first viral video, it got about I think it's sitting at around it's anywhere from 40 to 70,000 views, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it was I don't know if you remember the little ghost nightlight.
Yep.
So I made that video, and that was actually a video that was not planned. I put no thought into it. I just put my camera up and I just started talking.
Uh huh.
So I do think that sometimes then the reason I wanted to mention that is because sometimes I think when you overthink it,
Yep.
you can hurt yourself and make yourself nervous. But I mean, that was one of
Hmm.
those videos where I just set the camera down and I started talking.
Hmm.
And that was my first viral video where I probably made about 70 sales on it.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, this can work. And
So when
then
you do
later,
that and you kind of just record yourself talking, is there a lot of editing that needs to happen then? Is that how you kind of whittle it down, or did you kind of post a longer video? How did that kind of work?
so for that specific one, there wasn't a lot of editing.
Okay.
But if I do have, so what I like to do is if I set my camera up, I
Hmm.
won't keep starting and stopping the video.
Okay.
If I mess up, I'll just take a pause and then I'll restart because I find if I keep starting and stopping the video, I'm gonna
Hmm.
get frustrated. So
Okay.
I'll just let it record and I'll go. For that specific video though, I did not have to edit a lot. Um just
So
that it just came naturally to me
just
for
talk
that.
through it.
Yeah, I just talked for that video and it was a shorter video. And I don't think I
Okay.
sent that one to you because um I kind of forgot about it until just now.
No, no worries.
When I really had to sit down and think what my first video that started getting
Yeah.
popping off was.
Cool. So, I mean, you just started recently, right? In
Yes.
June, right? So it's been only a handful of months. And you had, somewhat success in the beginning. With all success, there's like going to be like failures or setbacks or, low
Mhm.
views or no sales. Take me to those moments, right? Because a lot of our listeners live in that, right? They had some kind of success, but they're kind of not getting, recent success. Like, take me to those
Sure.
moments and how do you get around it?
So going back to that first viral video, that was before I started popping off with the lives with the foot massager. That was weeks before that happened,
Okay.
and I think it's really so it kind of gives you like an adrenaline rush. It's kind of like a high when you start seeing
Yeah.
that your videos and sales are
Yeah.
popping off,
And then you get a
and
low and it's even worse. So yeah.
and I feel like it kind of plummets after that.
Yeah.
Like it'll immediately plummet because in our heads, like I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, so now every video that we post is going to
Mhm.
get this kind of attention, and that's just not the reality of it. So I think it's after you get a video that pops off, it can be for me, that was a low point because I was like, what if I can never do this again? What if that
Mm.
was my only success video? Like, that's going to be my only successful video.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to realize that not every video is going to go viral. Not every video is going to
Yeah.
make sales or do well. And that's not always your fault. I mean, the
Mhm.
TikTok algorithm has to be able to pick it up. So I think it's important to just keep posting and keep pushing through it. And what I did was I kept remembering what it felt like to see that video start popping off. And I
Okay.
wanted to feel like that again. So I just kept posting until it happened again.
Yeah, love it, love it. So it's like you kind of use it as a north star. You just kind of like trying to achieve it, and like of those moments where you're like not getting any views, or like I did it once before, let me try to do it again and just keep on trying and trying and trying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have, along those lines, like, do you have like a schedule that you try to abide to? I know you mentioned nighttime lives, daytime videos, but like any kind of type of schedule that you like, how many videos per day, or you just want to record versus how many hours? What do you look at when you kind of have a start of your week? Like, how does that look?
Yeah, so I actually have a handwritten planner.
Okay.
And I will sometimes, I don't always use it, but sometimes I'll plan out my day or my week with it, and I'll write down video, like products that I need to make videos with.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that I necessarily have like a schedule, like, okay, like at 9 a.m. I'm going to start filming, just because with being a mom, and I think a lot of other TikTok shop affiliates that are parents can relate to this.
Hmm.
If you're a stay-at-home parent, it's really hard to come up with a set schedule
Yeah.
for your TikTok shop videos. So I just kind of film them when I can throughout the day. And I don't have a set amount of videos that I need to make every single day. Some days I'll say, okay, I need to make 5 videos. Some days I'll say, I'm going to make what I can.
Hmm.
I think more so what I do is I know which products that I need to get done that day.
Got it. And that guides
And
what you need to
and
video.
that'll kind of guide me with what I need to do. And if I'm in the mood to do more than one video with that product, then I'll film multiple videos.
Okay, cool. So take me to your video making process of like, how do you prepare? Do you script? Do you, visual? Like, how do you prepare your hooks? Like, you have a week ahead of you. What are some of the things you kind of know that you need to do ahead of time? Script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back in the beginning, I didn't really prepare my videos. They weren't structured.
Hmm.
And that's like, okay, so like that first viral video I had, I didn't prepare.
Yep.
But and I think I got lucky. I
Yep.
said something that caught the viewer's attention. I did something, like, I know in the video the outlet like moved, so I was like moving the outlet while I was talking, which is what I think
Started like a
started
visual
like
hook.
catching people's, yeah, the visual hook, but that was an accident. So um what I started doing was, now I do plan my videos out before
Hmm.
um I film them. I have a script for like the hook and the visual hook. I know what I'm gonna do or say, but sometimes the
Okay.
body of it, um, I don't.
You wing.
So like the middle of it, I wing it, because I think it's really important for your videos to sound authentic and natural. And
For
I think
sure.
if you plan everything to the exact line of what you're gonna say, I do think sometimes it can sound a little unnatural.
Yeah.
So I really so much plan it's the beginning of the video. And okay, so I'll come up with like an outline. So here's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say for my hook, here's what I'm gonna do for the visual hook, and then I'll vaguely prepare what I'm gonna do for the body of the video,
Hmm.
and then
Like
I'll
talking
plan what I'm,
points.
yeah, and then what I'm gonna do for the outro.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. So it's like semi-planning, but also maintaining that level of authenticity and kind of ad
Yes.
hoc talking, right? So I love that. Yeah. What about like analytics at all? Like, do you look at any of the analytics? I know some people kind of schedule out a lot of time to look at analytics when people drop off. Any kind of you know anything there?
Like posting times, you mean?
More so like, how did the video perform? Like, they dropped off at eight
Oh.
seconds, so I'm going to make another video and insert a new section at 8 seconds that keeps them engaged.
So I haven't taken advantage of that feature as
Hmm.
much as I probably should.
Yeah.
I've looked at it a few times, but the few times I have looked at it, I've noticed that if it dropped off after the hook. So I know I'm doing something right, at
Okay.
least with the
Good.
hook. And I will say, ever since I started planning my videos and coming and spending time to come up with a good hook, whether
Yeah.
it be a text hook on the screen, what I say, or a visual hook,
Hmm.
um, my video views have increased overall since doing that.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Preparation. Like, you're just getting into the groove of things. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. It sounds, like an awesome strategy. It's definitely replicatable. Like, people can do it for sure if they kind of dedicate the time. So I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um, so this is the rapid fire round. I'll just have like a lot of questions, throw them off
Yeah.
to you. So what is the highest GMV you generated in a month?
I think it was $42,000 in October.
Very cool. And that is just around the corner and you're just getting started. So I love that. I love that. Okay. So what was the coolest thing that you were able to kind of buy or kind of afford because you got that recent success? Or you could be saving it, but like
Ooh.
any kind of cool things. I'm sure your baby got some nicer clothes, nicer toys, but like what about yourself or anything?
So the first thing I did with I paid off a house note.
There you
That's the
go.
first thing I did. I paid off a house note. And I've just been using that money to dump it into our house because we want to pay off our house.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Cool. So you mentioned, so what are the top products that you've promoted, right? You mentioned, you had the massager. What are other kind of areas or categories or products that you kind of find yourself drawn to?
Sure. So the foot massager did really well for me on live.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I have done really well on videos with the foot massager. And there's a neck massager as well from the same company. I did really well with that on
Nice.
videos. I have one viral video sitting at, I want to say it's at least 250,000 views right now. Like every single day, I'm making steady sales on
Very
that
cool.
video. Um, what else?
So would you classify your genre of product like home health electronic, or do you kind of venture out into like, I mean, I know you mentioned GoPure in your other call, but like
Yeah.
skincare or
Okay, I see what you're saying
supplements.
now. Okay, so let me rephrase that then. So yes,
All
I
good.
do think my genre. So what's done well for me is the home and living
Okay. Vacuum
um
sounds like a easy.
vacuum.
Yeah. It does because it's like a home improvement electronic. I don't know. Maybe you haven't tried, but
I haven't, but yeah, like I mean, so home decor and
got it.
stuff like that, or personal. I would just say home and living, yeah, or
Very
in
cool.
personal health
Nice.
has worked
Nice.
for me.
Yeah. Cool. How many posts would you say you do per day? Like, or how many posts do you
Sure,
do per day, and then how many hours of lives do you do? I'm sorry, per week. How
per
many
week.
posts per week? How many hours of live per week?
Sure. So I'll try to post anywhere from 10 to 15 videos a week, give or take, depending on the week. And
Okay.
lives, I try to go live anywhere from 1 to 2 hours
A
per
day.
night. Yeah.
Love that's awesome. That's awesome. And the rest of your day is taking care of your family and your kids. So that's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So with this found success and knowledge and skill, have you been able to teach this to anyone? Any friends or family or anything like that?
So I do have a couple of my really close friends
Yeah.
that got into TikTok Shop,
Yep.
and I've been able to provide them with advice.
Nice.
If when they want it, when they do want advice, I am able to provide them with some tips and tricks. But I have not gotten a chance to really teach it to people like I would like to. So I've shared tips and tricks and videos on my account
Yeah.
for people that have asked questions. But I really would like to find a way to spread this knowledge out to other people because I think it's really important to share that information. I do
Yeah.
think it is because this is something that, I looked up videos when I was new wanting that information and tips and tricks, and that was something
Yeah.
that I appreciated and it really helped me. So I just want to be able to help other people because I think there's enough room for everybody on TikTok. I
Yeah. I
mean,
love that.
there's
I,
enough room for everybody on there.
Yeah. So I might, I'll get your information afterwards, but in the Community Affiliate Academy, I think there's a, easy win there for both of us, right? Share your
Yeah,
knowledge, but also able for you to
I
give
would
back. So
I would love that. Yeah.
yeah, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So what are your future plans? Like what does the rest of, and we have Christmas season around the corner, but then we have a large 2025. Like what does
Yeah.
2025 look for Shannon?
So my goal right now is no rush. So my goal right now is to I have a okay, wait, let me rephrase this. So I have a goal. I don't know when I'm gonna hit it, but I'm
Okay.
determined to make a product go viral. That is one
Okay.
goal I have for myself for 2025. I want to make a product go viral. And my plans moving forward too, or I want to make at least $100,000 within not, let me rephrase that. I want to have a GMV of at least $100,000
Mm-hmm.
within a month. That's a goal
Nice.
as
Yeah.
well. It's gonna
So
be hard, but yeah.
as you might know about, I represent a lot of brands as well. So I'll kind of share that Rolodex with you and see if there's any, brands that
Yeah.
interest you, and
Thank
then you
you.
can kind of get off started with that. But cool. Yeah, that kind of wraps it up for today's episode. I appreciate your time today. I know you're busy with, wife and kids. So um, you could, find Shannon's story on affiliateacademyhq.com. If you're listening, please leave a review. It's awesome. Any questions you might have, please leave it in there. And then, yeah, Shannon, thank you again today.
Thank you. All
All right. See you guys. Bye.
right. Bye bye.